So, how was the dictation? Yeah, some of you did excellent, but boy, there was a lot of words. It was a list of words, and some of those words were very strange, probably new words, which makes dictation very difficult. But don't worry, I will teach you the words, I'll teach you the pronunciation, and after this lesson, it should be much, much easier. Very easy, in fact. Okay? So let's go ahead and start with the answers. But first, if you didn't do the dictation, listen one more time.
A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods had been tossed down manholes.
A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods had been tossed down manholes. Alright, this was pretty tough. Many of you did a great job, but once again, a rusted bicycle. Okay, so rusted, keep the T here and make an extra syllable, rusted. And we have a stop sound here with the D, rusted. You feel the vibration, but don't finish it, rusted. Now, just rusted bicycle, okay? So bicycle, all right? We don't say bicycle, we say bicycle. A rusted bicycle, a rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor. So in this case, boats, we kind of have a little bit of a stop here, and then this S travels to the next word, linking. A boat's outboard, in this case, outboard. Here we have a stop sound. Outboard motor. And once again, a smooth stop, just like here, rusted bicycle, outboard motor. So we go all the way to the D, outboard, but we don't finish it. Outboard motor? No. Outboard motor. This is a flat T sound. And remember, the flat T sound sounds like an American D. Motor, motor. It sounds basically like M-O-D-E-R. There's no such word, but that's the pronunciation. A boat's outboard motor, a boat's outboard motor, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck. Now here we have a D and a T. These are similar sounds. D, T. And in American English, probably British English too, when we have similar sounds next to each other, we connect and just keep the second sound. So you don't have to say hand truck, just say hand truck. A hand truck, a hand truck, and once again, this is a stop sound. You don't say truck, just say truck, truck. A hand truck, a hand truck, a deck chair, same thing like truck, stop there, and then get the CH sound. A deck chair, chair. You cannot make the CH sound long. You can't go ch. An SH sound, we can make it go long. Shh. So the ch, complete stoppage in front of the mouth. Ch, ch, ch. Shh, shh. The tongue is lower, there's no stoppage. A deck chair, a deck chair. An outdated fax machine. An outdated. Now, we have the word an. Perfect pronunciation for an is an. But usually we just say n, like engine, like en. An outdated, outdated. Now here we have the T and the D, just keep the D. An outdated, flat T, stop D. An outdated fax machine. Now here we have the CH, but it is an SH sound. So, yeah, English spelling and pronunciation is very confusing, I know. Chair, machine. Chair, machine. An outdated fax machine, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Now the last section here, we could say the N sound could cancel the D, and we have and a snake, and a snake. But we can also keep the D sound, and we link it into the A, and a snake. Those goods had been, keep the TH here, goods, goods, go right into a hard vibrated D into a Z sound, goods. Now, the word had. In DDM, I always give the list of the 7 H's. He, her, his, him, had, has, have. These H words are very common in daily English. And when these words are in the middle of a sentence, almost always, many, many times, the H is canceled. So this Z sound goes right into here. Good said. Good said Ben. Good said Ben. Give it a little bit of a stop. The American pronunciation is B-E-N. Ben. We don't say bean, we say Ben. Those good said Ben. Those good said Ben. Those good said Ben. Toss down. Now this is a phrasal verb. Toss down. Similar sounds, just connect. Toss down. This is an A-W sound, not an O, not toast down, toss down. So you have to drop the chin, drop the tongue, taw, toss down, manholes. And this is one word. Those goods had been tossed down manholes. Those goods had been tossed down manholes. Let's say it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods had been tossed down manholes. Not too bad. Let's say it quicker. You ready? 1, 2, 3. A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods had been tossed down manholes. Yeah, a little bit tougher. But now, let's listen to the original.
A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods had been tossed down manholes. A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods had been tossed down manholes.
So, is it easier to hear? I hope so. Remember, if you can say it, you can hear it. That's the philosophy of daily dictation. That's what we do every day in Daily Dictation members, DDM. Now let's figure out what this means. A rusted bicycle. So a bicycle, we know what a bicycle is. If a bicycle is made of metal, right? And if a bicycle made of metal is outside in the rain, what happens to the metal? Metal, American pronunciation, metal. What happens to the metal? The rain touches the metal and it corrodes. It turns brown, right? That is called rust, corrosion, okay? So a rusted bicycle is this. Do you have a rusted bicycle? I hope not. I have a bicycle, but it's not rusted. I take care of my bicycle. A boat's outboard motor. A boat's outboard motor. So a boat and a motor. Boats have motors. Well, boats have two types of motors. Inboard motors and outboard motors. And this is a picture of both. Okay, so a boat's outboard motor. Now we can understand what that would be. A hand truck. Now in America we do say hand truck, but another common word is a dolly. And I used to work with a dolly a lot when I was very young. I did manual labor, and I never said hand truck. We said dolly. But a hand truck, a dolly, it's the same thing, and it's this. A deck chair. So a chair, but what is a deck chair? Well, when we talk about the word deck, think about a ship, a huge, luxurious ship, like the Titanic. But that's a sad story. But anyway, if you're very rich and you're on a ship, you like to be out in the sun, on top of the ship, on the deck of the ship, sitting in a deck chair. This is a deck chair. An outdated fax machine. A fax machine. We know what a fax machine is. An outdated fax machine means a really old fax machine. It might still work, but it's really, really old and very slow. An outdated fax machine. And a snake. A snake. Yes, a real snake. So this is a list of some very random items. A rusted bicycle, a boat's outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake. Those goods, those items, those things, all of these had been tossed down manholes. So tossed down. Now, if you look in the dictionary and you look up the word toss, T-O-S-S, it means to throw. Okay, so throw. So to toss. Toss a baseball. That's the idea. Toss a pen. Toss a pen. Toss down means throw down. So what do you throw down? You throw garbage down. If you have some garbage, you put it into the trash. You might even throw it. To toss down something means to throw it away. So toss down, thrown away, where? Into manholes. Toss down the nuances into manholes. What is a manhole? I'm a man. This is a hole. Here's a hole. Here's a hole. I have many manholes. I have holes everywhere. What's a manhole? This is a manhole. What? Somebody took a bicycle and tossed it down a manhole? And not only a bicycle, an outboard motor, a hand truck, a deck chair, an outdated fax machine, and a snake, and they threw them down manholes? Who would do such a stupid thing? My goodness. This is crazy. And this is just part of the story that we studied in DDM. It's a crazy story. It is indeed a crazy story, and I have the full story down below in the description, so you can click on the link and see how much you understand. Once again, we do study the entire story and discuss it in DDM, and if you're interested, I hope that you do join us. DDM is fantastic. So, that is the end of this lesson. The dictation was tough. The story is actually very funny, but this list was difficult. Some good vocabulary though. We've got some good vocabulary words there. Now, we do have another great DDM coming up, and I hope that you check out DDM 251. That's it. See you then. Bye-bye.